All right. Yeah, look at me. Long hair, whiskers. I'm gonna shave right here, making a nice clean line. Making a nice clean line so it looks I don't look like a homeless guy. That's that's my wife's complaint. All right, come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. I'll vamp until everybody's in here. Not everybody. I don't know when everybody's gonna be in here. I see you, Carrie. I see you, Chris. All right, I got an announcement to make. Announcement to make. Hey, Mitch. All right, so I'm just vamping here for a minute until a few more people pop in. This is a sacred tome. This one here, this is a part of the collector's items. I still have to send yours, Carrie. I haven't put it in the mail yet. Do I have your address? That's the thing. Do I have your address? Did you send it to me? We've texted. All right. Um, I'll get it to you. I've been so busy, but I'll get the 2 books to you, Carrie. But this one, good morning, Jacqueline. All right. I don't know if mom's coming. I think mom's trying to figure it out. She doesn't come into the chat session very often. It's a whole nother YouTube channel. So let me just text her and see if she's coming. If she's not, oh, there she is. All right. All right, good. All right. Let's get this show on the road. Surprise announcement. I figured it out yesterday. I think I'm gonna have. Yeah. All right. I gotta mention this. This is a part of. Yeah, I gotta mention this as well. Doug Wilson was great on Tucker. I've only seen like a 17-minute clip that they posted, but Ethan, my intern, who is from Doug Wilson's ministry and school, he said it was a good hour long. The full thing is about an hour long and it was incredible. And there's the appeal, the salvation message, etc. Yeah. Okay. I'll have to comment on that now because I'll forget about it later. Just as my status is rising in the Armenian community, right? I'm speaking at an Armenian Apostolic Church today. I mean, this is a seminal moment. Up to this point, I have been imposing myself, injecting myself, intruding into the Armenian community, right? An outsider coming and investigating and studying, researching, and meeting them. And everyone that I meet is thrilled and moved and excited and skeptical, right? Because they've been wanting this um, they've been wanting this story told forever, and they've had their hopes up and their hopes dashed multiple times, and so they have to, be reserve judgment because who is this guy? What's he talking about? Is this another flash in the pan? Are we going to have our hearts broken again? Blah blah blah. And I understand all that, and I'm just excited as I'll get out, and I get more and more excited. And sorry, I got to change something. As my stock or my status, my name is now rising in the Armenian community. A year ago, I reached out to Doug Wilson because that's the Protestant community. That's a guy who's doing stuff that's getting attention that people are saying people that were enemies of his because of some of his stances theologically, especially during the pandemic, are now coming around to realize, oh, he was right. He was more right than just about any of the ministries out there, right? And so his status is rising. So I reached out to him last year about this project, and now I'm deeply entrenched and enmeshed in his ministry. And then his status is rising simultaneously to mine. And obviously, he's much more well known than I am, but he's endorsed this project, right? And that's the thing. these things happening simultaneously? It's like my instincts were right to go to him, and now he's on Tucker, and his like I talked to Ethan, the intern last night, who works for Canon Plus, which is the production company and publishing company for Doug Wilson and Moscow, and he's like, "Man, things got crazy after that Tucker interview." It's like that's gonna give you much more a broader exposure. So when I saw him on Tucker, right, like yesterday, day before, in the same week of my thing, I'm like, okay, God, thank you that I've got my ear tuned. It seems like I got my ear tuned to you. I'm talking to the right people and making the right decisions, and it's just humbling and exciting simultaneously. So, all right, that's the Tucker thing. God appointed moment. Yeah, this is a God appointed moment. It's just no question about it. It's yeah. Do that. Join Canon Plus. They crank out some really important content. Their business model. They're just exploding, right? They're going to be one day probably bigger than uh, certainly well, whoever Ben Shapiro's thing. They're already Canon Plus is already pretty big, but they're going to outgrow them because I'm going to be involved with Canon Plus. Like one of the IPs that I have, I want to be on Canon Plus, right? Their app, their distribution, their media. Uh, so that's on the horizon. Okay, yeah, let's talk about. Oh, here's the announcement. It was kind of last minute, but see this image right here, the eyes and the word. Right? That's the iconic image from this project, right? This is attention getting. This is eye catching. Let me see if I can get it on the camera in the right way. Right, it's just that, right? This iconic image. It's gonna be on a T-shirt. I ordered them yesterday, and they should be done today. It's gonna be a T-shirt, Assassin Saint. Actually, it's gonna be on the back of the shirt, and then there's gonna be a QR code that's like the pocket patch. So the first batch of T-shirts, I might have them by tonight. That was the thing. Hey, let's get these T-shirts made. $30 each. It's expensive, but it's cheap, right? You're donating. That the cost of the T-shirt is like $10 each. So I'm going to do a 200% markup, but there's overhead that is not considered in that, et cetera, et cetera. This way. All right. Thank you, Carrie. I'm good. Okay. So tonight, man, I've been vamping a lot, haven't I? So let's see. I found out yesterday, uh, talking to my Armenian, the T-shirt money, getting distracted again. Um, hopefully, so supposedly tonight will all the update. The website will also be updated. The website's supposed to have a pre-order books tonight. It's supposed to, like, because I'm going to run out of books tonight. I only have about 25 of this prototype 2 left. Those I'm thinking will sell out tonight, but I've needed that link on the website. So tonight, supposedly, there's going to be a pre-order books. When we get enough money, we're going to reformat the book, and it'll be the final version, and then it'll get the ISBN number, and then it'll be mass distributed. We'll put it on Amazon, etc. Along with that, we should have a T-shirt purchase T-shirt link, and so I don't know if my guy will have that ready by tonight, but there will be a way. We're getting 200 T-shirts ordered, and so we'll have some $30 each. T-shirts. So as I was talking to my Armenian friends, one of the things that I'm realizing, this is epiphany, right? It's common sense. It's a duh kind of thing. It's like duh. But what's happening right now, because of the status of St. Peter Armenian Apostolic Church and Archpriest Der Schnork Dermigian, because of their status in the Armenian community and platforming me by putting me on the calendar, I've been platformed by an extremely influential, the most influential Armenian Apostolic Church. I don't know, but it's the most influential church, but it's the most influential connection that I've made. This guy is, yeah, Armenians come to him, right? Famous Armenians come to him, right? This guy is a holy man, right? He's a holy man of Armenia. He's the protector of the culture, right? To have the Armenian Apostolic Church behind this project, what's happening right now is a division, right? And that may sound counterintuitive. Like, wait, you're talking this project you said is supposed to unite Armenians. Yes, it will unite Armenians, but the first step in that uniting is exposing, right? Me exposing their ignorance of their own heroic story, right? So there's an being exposed that even the Armenians don't know their hero. They know the name, they know the basics of what he did, and that's it. And nothing more about it. None of the nuance, none of the importance that he was not a lone gunman, that he was appointed by a divine by an he was ordained by a sovereign magistrate. All of those details are extremely important, etc. And how to tell the story. They haven't told their own story, and that's one of the things I'm going to say is, oh, you Armenians, you guys have been holding out on the rest of us. You guys have the most incredible story never told. And so what's happening is they're being exposed, right, for not having told their own story. I'm going to call them out on it. I'm going to challenge them. You in this room, you are either with me or against me. And then I'll explain that being with me means being with Soghomon Tehlirian, right? Because I am the executor or the representative. I shouldn't say executor because that's different. I am the representative of the Soghomon Tehlirian state. I own the rights. I am the family has anointed me or ordained me. As Soghomon was ordained by Armenia to assassinate Talat, I have been ordained by the Tehlirian estate to tell the story. I am the storyteller, official, ordained, anointed by the Soghomon Tehlirian estate. So if you're against me, you're against the Soghomon Tehlirian estate. And that's the dividing line, right? That people are attacking me, and people will be crying in joy after they meet me and hear, right? That's the dividing line. So there's an initial division that's already happening because people are saying, "Hey, you're going to go, you're going to go." Word's spreading, word's been spreading, and certain people are opposed to it, and certain people are for it, and that's good, right? Good that that conflict will draw more attention, and what will happen is the numbers for me will increase as the word spreads. Haircut. There's I don't know where this is. Welcome, Elishava Jones. Haircut. Sorry, hair's not getting cut for a bit. It's going to get cut, but if you're new, you have no idea. You don't know what's going on, so keep your mouth shut. All right. Sorry, Elishava. Just kidding. Haircut. Yeah, that's what my wife says every day. So don't worry. You're in good company, Elishava. Elishava. Elisheva. Um, Thank you. No, I'm not cutting my hair. There's a time when I will cut it, but there's a very specific thing that's going to happen before I cut it. That's not what this is about. We're not talking that right now. Where was I? So there's a division happening, but what's going to happen tonight is I will be speaking to the largest group of Armenians yet. And the invite, kind of in the spirit, right? In the spirit, this invite is there's a public square. When we use that word, you're in your own bubble, that phrase of bubbles, right? There's these different bubbles that exist. There's fans of the Marvel universe, right? That's a bubble, right? A big bubble. Fans of the Marvel universe, or Spanish speakers, right? It's a bubble. It's just this domain, right? It's a semantic domain. They have their own language and their own, heroes and their own mythology, right? These bubbles exist. Armenia is a bubble. Armenia is this huge bubble. It's about 13 million worldwide, right? So huge is relative, but it's a bubble that they have their own they're really connected, interconnected globally. They have a culture that they've preserved intentionally and rightly so, right? Their Armenian culture is under assault, and it has been for centuries, and it's still under assault. And so that culture, that public square, that bubble of Armenia has now reached outside of itself and pulled me in, right? I've been on the outside, kind of, you know, rubbing up against them and, and bumping up against them. And now the culture, a very significant platform in that public square, has reached out and pulled me in. Like I am now, it's not me saying, "Hey, I'm here, I'm here." It's an extremely influential, the most influential Armenian that I've met. I have to say, hands down, he's the most influential Armenian to date, and he has pulled me in. And that, in the spirit, that guy's like, this is it's a risk for him and his reputation, blah blah blah. But he's a believer, right? He's a genuine believer. And I've told you the story where he started sharing a miracle story with me, and I'm like, okay, this guy is a brother and a friend. I can't believe it. I get to be friends with this guy. It's just like I text with him, right? And he's approachable, so anybody could get to know him and everything. But it's the fact of the matter is, he's a holy man, and he's called, and he heard the spirit of the Lord when I sat in his office. It was clear that that's what happened. He heard the spirit of the Lord. He said, "I have to put you on the calendar," and now it's happening tonight. So that's super exciting and super nerve-wracking. I mean, like, yeah, my I'm gonna find a room in the church an hour ahead of time, and I'm going to be pacing and praying and pacing and praying, and probably get down on my knees every now and then, or on my face even, and praying just in gratitude. And I'll have my notes and the things I want to say. So let me give you a quick rundown of some of the stuff I'm going to do tonight. Yes. Okay. This is a good point that your comment, Robin, is eliciting. When you read the Bible, you just have story after story after story of these people that God chooses out of nowhere, like the shepherds, right? The shepherds in the field, like just random shepherds. Nobody, they're shepherds. But the host of angels appear to these shepherds. It's like, oh, God's doing something. He didn't appear to the high priests and the scholars and all the religious authorities, right? Or the heads of state, and he appeared to the shepherds out, and it's Jesus of Nazareth, Bethlehem, this backwater, right? These totally unexpected and unanticipated places. And your questions are distracting. I'll get to your question there here in a second, Carrie. Um, so I'll, I was thinking about this. God moves in His own ways. The Armenians that are wanting to tell this story, right? That's some of the people who are opposed to me are people are fans, or they know Soghomon is their hero and they want the story told. It's been over 100 years now, people. It's been over 100 years now, people. You're going to tell the story when? In another 100 years, right? After another 100 years? Come on, come on. And when I was meditating on it, it's like those who are aware of me, those who are opposed to me, who've been aware of my project for the last couple of years, several years, they can't, like, how can they predict what I'm gonna do? And I'm like, "Yeah, this guy says he's gonna publish the family's authorized translation of the memoir. He says that, and he says he's working on something, but we don't hear anything from him. He's got this YouTube channel that he started 4 years ago, and nothing's really going on with that, blah, blah, blah." And then I get a date on the calendar at St. Peter under Der Schnork, in the heart of Armenian culture. the Armenian Apostolic Church. They couldn't have predicted that that's the route this would go. I couldn't have predicted that that's the route this would go. It just went that route. God moves in his own ways, and it stands to reason that he would do it through an ancient church and a highly regarded godly man. Der Schnork, right? It's just, it's like, you didn't see it coming. Here I am. And what can they do? How can they argue against it? Oh, that Armenian apostolic priest is a good guy. Oh, the Soghomon Talerian estate, the family, the son of Soghomon Talerian. Oh, yeah. None of us ever contacted him, right? None of the Armenians ever reached out to Soghomon's family to tell Soghomon stories. Like, it took a Hollywood guy to figure that out. So, all right. And then, oops, this one. What are you wearing tonight? I bought a suit jacket. I got a black suit jacket. I'm going to wear a black. I'm either going to wear a gray button up or just a black t-shirt, probably just a black t-shirt with the black jacket. But I'm also going to do a change. I'm going to do a wardrobe change probably when I show the video. If you've been to Assassin's Saint and watched the 5-minute trailer, that's the trailer I'm showing tonight. I think during that trailer, I'm going to do a change where I'm going to put my hair back, put the hat on, and take the suit jacket off and put a hoodie on, right? And I'm going to demonstrate to them just a visual how I'm straddling two worlds. This look that I have right now is professorial, right? I'm the professor, right? I will be wearing the jacket, the suit jacket, a decent shirt, nice shoes, and speaking in academic institutions. I'm speaking at Georgetown University, right? So the beard, is going to help the hair, right? The hair, if it was just the hair, but with the beard, even though the hair is for other reasons, I am going to be, I'm straddling two universes simultaneously. Academia, that's this look. And then with the baseball cap and the hair up and just the hoodie, I'm a producer, right? I'm a Hollywood guy telling us. I'm a storyteller. Producers wear whatever they want to wear, but really it's black t-shirt and blue jeans is the uniform of a Hollywood producer. So what am I wearing tonight? Good question. Let's see. I know, Mom, you already said this, but similarly. There's that verse. Well, this one verse, Proverbs 18 or 16:18. Let me look it up. Proverbs 16:18 or 18:16. My phone is dying. It's that verse that says, somewhere in the good book, that the word of God says, no, it says, hold on. I think it's 6. Oops. I'm wasting all this time making mistakes. Is it 6? Let me see. It's 18:16. I think it's 18:16. Mm-hmm. Yep, here it is. So Proverbs 18:16. A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before the great. Some deep pockets are in that room tonight. Deep pockets. And if the people themselves with the deep pockets aren't there, it's their associates or their agents, or Armenian community is ultra connected. So my gift brings me before the great. Well, Der Schnork is one of the greats that gift has brought me to. And then the other verse that comes to mind is we want to delete. There's a comment. The other verse, I don't even want to mention the name of it. Ignore that comment, that whoever's in there. The other verse is, and I don't remember where this is, but don't worry about what you will say. The Holy Spirit will give you in that time. And there's a context for that verse, but I think there's a universal application for it as well. And I think this is it. It's like and I've, in certain conversations I've had, like, if you didn't know this stuff, you'd be in trouble, but you know it inside and out. You could just show up and start talking because you know it inside and out. That's the truth. It's like, I planned what I was going to say 15 times just in the last 2 days. It's like, oh, I got to say this, got to say that. So within an hour before I'm up there, I'll be writing note cards. I'll have kind of a final outline. But some of the things I'm going to do are these. Hopefully, sometime today, I'm going to be able to um, get a sample of Zavin, Sogomon's son, a sample of his violin playing with the San Francisco Symphony or the San Francisco Opera. I'm going to try and track down, I'm going to try and reach out to the opera and get a sample of his playing. So I would like to play. I'll start out. I'll start out with you guys, you Armenians, you've been holding out on the rest of the world. You've got the most incredible story. It's time to tell it. And then I'll say, then I've been holding out on you. I've been working on this for 7 years, and this is the official, my official coming out. But there at the beginning, I'm going to, if I can find the music, I'm going to play some of it, and I'm going to say that violinist, that concert master, that incredible sound that you hear right now. Sorry, I got to deal with this. Don't have them. Okay, I just banned and deleted that user. All right. I'm going to say that violinist, that is a Armenian success story, right? Armenians have made inroads and impacted culture, and because of, they're just incredible people, etc. I'm, talk it up that way. I'm going to say that man, Zavin Malikian, is the son of Sogomon Talerian and was my personal friend. I'm going to talk about him passing away. And then, just showing back up. Distraction. I don't want to tell everything I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to show a video. I'm going to make a phone call. All right, I'm going to call Suzanne. I'm going to call Zavin's widow in their midst. She's prepped. She knows. And that, I'm going to do that early. And then I'm going to make some points. Again, I know that there's people find this content, so I don't want to disclose everything. So I'm not going to, give it all away. But I am going to show the video. I'm going to explain the project, some important points about investing and how, taking donations, contributions, different ways to give, and then what is on the horizon. I just realized, I don't want to say all the things I want to say. All right. This person, I don't mind some of the subject matter, but I don't like spammers. Sorry. Spammer. All right. Where was I? All right. Any questions in the last 2 minutes? Let's see. There's people showing up tonight. There are friends of mine and influential people. There's a person that I texted that had never texted back. Ooh. I wonder if this is my hater. This might be Michael is offering a course in beggary. Yeah, like Jesus and Paul. Right? Jesus and Paul, right? Jesus Christ, the Apostle Paul, probably Thaddeus and Bartholomew, right? How were they funded? Did they go out and strike it rich on their own and then fund their ministry? No, it was crowdfunded. Beggary. That's funny. Oh, look. E-beggar. Okay, so the haters are here. Look, they found it. I'm so glad because the name is the word Armenia. Look, this is what's going to happen tonight. There may be one or two of these people in the crowd tonight. So you guys are getting a taste of it. This is exciting because when this happens, it means we're over the target, right? When you have opposition and people accusing you, people like this is so exciting. Hallelujah. So I wonder if Der Schnork has had some, opposition, like, "What are you doing platforming that outsider, that grifter, that Michael Gavlak guy? He's just here to make money off of the Armenian story." I'm like, "Yeah, well, it sounds like the Armenians don't want to tell their own story. The Armenians don't want to tell their own story. If they don't want an outsider to tell their story, they don't want their story told. Too bad it's getting told." Love you guys.